Very good morning. Very good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Welcome. Welcome. My YouTubers, People's Progressive Science, my TikTok supporters, followers, and friends, and over on Facebook. We welcome you all to the Sunday morning blessings. A lovely morning, 23rd day of August 2026. And there are so many things is happening in and around us as a people that deserve a moment of, just take back in yourself and you just focus and your purpose, why you are here, why the reason you are here, what causes you to be here, who causes you to be here, what you want, what is your requirement. So this morning, Sunday morning blessings, right? We look at how much we pray and we look at how much we meditate, right? And then we cooperate, right? And then we initiate, right? To appreciate the glory of life. And to find out and to see the glory of life, you have to look at the glory of your beginning, the source that makes it possible to be here, the first. So, unfortunately, for some reason, people not looking thus far back from whence they came, where they have started. Unfortunately, people not looking thus far. They are looking at things from in the middle. They don't stop to think, how did we got here? And to reach where we are now, how did we got there? Right? It's time to focus. It's time to put away some of the things that we are putting forward. It is time we put one where it's supposed to go and two where it rightfully belongs. Right? It's time we put right where it's supposed to be and wrong exactly in the column that wrong supposed to be. There is no need for switching the things around. Switching the things around, it causes confusion. Switching right and wrong, meaning that you're switching God and Satan. So what I found out many people are doing, many people are putting Satan, the negative energy, where the positive energy ought to be. Right? And you're putting, right in a second column and wrong in the very first. So you're giving the power on to the wrong thing. You're sending up your praises onto the wrong thing, right? And many of you, we discover of are wrong and strong. Now, wrong and strong is a terrible disease. I just want you to know that. Wrong and strong, it's a terrible disease. Now, while you get me, for those who are complaining that they are texting and I am not reading the text, I'm standing away from the device. It is, yes, while we appreciate your text, we appreciate your gift, we appreciate your support, but it's not all the time we can focus on reading your text, especially when I am delivering a message. Yeah? And one, you can support, yes, support what I am saying, yes. Yeah, but don't look for a word-to-word answer, because that will takes you away from the real point. If you continue to focus on what everybody is saying in the chat. So if you notice, I'm away from the device because I want to give you this blessing this morning, right? Right? I want to send out these words this morning. And to you, there is wisdom and foolishness, right and wrong, God and Satan, love and hate. Come on, Amon. You agree with me? Mother and father, right hand and left hand, right foot and left foot. Oh, glory be to God this morning. Can't you understand? Mhm. Mhm. So, in everything, you have a choice. In everything, you have a choice. You here on the social network, you have multiple choices on the social network. So, if there's someone on a network that you don't fancy, you don't have to try and go to interrupt that person, right? All you need to do is to choose the network that you feel comfortable with, right? Just choose the network, choose the live, choose the video, right? That you feel comfortable with. The one that you're not comfortable with, you don't have to make it a problem to you to go there and try to make problem. Once you do that, you're doing the wrong thing, and it shows that you are under the wrong umbrella, right? The choice you make is to make trouble. And God is a God of peace, the God that I serve, the God that I knew of, right? His opponents is confusion, war, strife, death, wickedness. Come on, you hear them? You hear them? All of those are in the negative. Confusion, destruction, right? All those are of the negative. So, dear brothers and sisters, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Yes? Don't get it twisted any at all, because we know a corrupted person. We know people that is trying their very best not to make the positive happens, when they saw the positive is happening, they do everything in the world just like their master Satan to stop it. Send out bad report, right? Do things to distract, right? Say things to distract. And even if you're hard to learn this morning, this truth is so powerful that it stood right up in front of you that you cannot refute the truth. Right? The words from my mouth this morning is so truthful and so powerful that you cannot deny it. But for those of you who are perturbed by truth, you will lash out at me. You will do all the negative things, right? Remember, if a prick in your shoes and it making you uncomfortable, you're going to kick off that shoes and try to remove that prick, right? So if the words I am speaking, even though it's true, and it is because you are a liar, you are of the negative, why it is pricking you, you're going to do everything in your powers to get rid of it. Is that lie or is that truth I'm speaking? Is it what I said a while ago? Is it lie or truth? No, I'm sticking you up this morning, right? Right? What makes you uncomfortable and you going to try to do away with it? Are you going to support it when it is uncomfortable to you? If you do, then you'll acknowledge. If you don't try to remove what is uncomfortable to you, then you'll acknowledge. Yes. Would you sit in an abusive situation? You're not comfortable with the abusive situation that you are in. Are you going to stay in it? Or are you going to try to get rid of it? Are you going to stay there in it? Right? You're going to try your endeavor best to get rid of it. Answer which of them you will do. And if truth makes you uncomfortable, if truth makes you agitated, right? Are you going to sit there listening to something that don't fit your thoughts, your mind? If you do, then you'll acknowledge, right? So the best thing, if you are a negative person and you heard a positive speaker, the best thing to do is to move away from it. You don't have to try to get rid of it. Right? When you try to get rid of it, you're acting and your master's plan. When you try to destroy good, you're acting and your master's plan. Now, God is good. And if God is good, Satan couldn't be good. It's simple. If God is good, his opponent couldn't be good. So you have two words there, good and bad. And if you're not good, then you're bad. And if you're not bad, then you're good. It is as simple as A, B, C. And I don't know if A, B, C is simple, right, to some people, right? But for some, it's elementary, right? For some, it's difficult, right? So it is so simple. And what you actually do to yourself is give away yourself each time you act to truth or to a lie, right? Right? If you sit in corruption, listening to corruption, supporting corruption, that means you are corrupted too. Because you're comfortable. Sit in it and then supporting it. When you support it, you endorses it. And if you don't know the word endorse, yes, you like it. You're comfortable with it. You agree with it. Yes? You agree with it. Corruption, wrongs, destruction. Yes? 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 You would agree with those things. So let me tell you something. When you come and you rant and you chant, when you hear good things, unless you don't know good from bad, unless you don't know good from evil, right? Unless you don't know what to support, what to put in your right column, right? Right? Unless you do not know. And if you do not know that, then you're fully done. Because choice is yours. You are the one that are going to make choices. The choice you make, it can determine your entire life. The choice you made, even the choice of word you choose to say at any given time, can change the whole spectrum of your life. My dear brothers and sisters, right? I saw in my lifetime people focus on education the less. Yes? People focus the less on education. Sorry. We don't. That's not what we want. That is not what we required. Right? We want education to be on your top shelf. We want education to remain on your top shelf. Right? And as you see, teach the youth right. Because why you need to teach the youth right? Because children live what they learn. Yes. That's why you need to make sure the youths are getting the right teaching. Why the youth must get the right teaching? Because they are the future. Today, as the academic year is about to commence for 2026, where all children will be going back to school, right? All children will be going back to school to start to shape their future, right? Yes. So it is very important. It is very, very important that your first place of learning or your second place of learning discipline, and all the good attributes is the school. Your first place is your home, right? Your first place is your home. You don't expect teacher to train your child to use the bathroom. You don't expect a teacher to teaching your child what they must do when they uses the bathroom. There can be a reminder because their brain is fragile, right? Right? Their brain is fragile, not yet developed. It may not, the memory doesn't chip in to work effectively as yet. So you, to be a teacher, the first thing you have to prepare to do and to adapt is tolerance, right? And to acknowledge whom you are and decided and know to the fact what your job is to pass on to the young one what you have already learned. Right? Right? So you must develop a thing called tolerance. And that's where knowledge is so important. So if you know who you are, the second thing would be tolerance. I am the teacher here. Yes? My responsibility is to guide you, right? No one wants a wrong teaching, right? But children live what they learn. There is a Bible, but there are many, many versions of the Bible. There are religions, and there are many, many religions, right? There are truth, and there are many, many, many brand of truth. Every religion has their own brand. Every politician has their own brand. Right? Right? So it is important to know the right brand. One, are you with me? It is important for you to know the right brand. And that's why early childhood education is so important to our nation. Early childhood education is so important to our nation. Because there are different brand, because of the religion you choose, because of the politician you choose, right? Because of your choice of God, right? You see what I'm saying? So people will take the job as a teacher because of the lucrative gain. Oh, some teacher gonna mad with me right now in saying that, because they're gonna say, eh, what do you call lucrative? But because the spoil isn't sharing right, because the distributors of the spoil and the greedy has it in their position, and the needy is the one that doing the work, who needs to come to the classroom fresh and nice, the right frame of mind, on time, right? Your transportation, your everything you need to guide the children properly, right? At an early stage, right? And if they are not comfortable, right, then they are not able to deliver, right? They're gonna be intolerant, right? They're gonna be intolerant. You're not going to get what you are looking for from them unless you're gonna, what we call it, bad man them down, force them, even when they are not comfortable. You are going, because you are the master, the greedy one. You are given the task to distribute the spoils, to share it around, right? Without considering those that get the responsibility, right, to shape the nation's future, right? Right? So if you don't paying attention to your start, you don't care about your country. Remember, the teachers are not the young ones, it's the learners or the young ones. We are their guides. We are their guides. And if we are not comfortable in guiding them, if the police force doesn't have the ammunition, right, to fight crime and violence, then the criminal is going to win. It is as simple as that, right? Hmm? If you're if you don't have adequate catchment area to store water, then you're gonna perpetually being be, being hampered by lack of water because of low rainfall. In other words, prepare, and I want you to underline this word. It's a very important word. Preparation. Come on, everybody says preparation this morning. So your first move is to prepare. Come on. Oh Lord of mercy, this morning. It was preparation that brings about creation. The very first. Oh Lord of mercy. Boy. Mm-mm. 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 Come on. Somebody says preparation is creation. Creation means we are preparing everything for life. For life. And not only human being, but for the animals, for the birds, for the trees. Yes? Preparation. Come on. Prepare. You're going to cook the chicken. You got to prepare the chicken. You are going to raise the chicken. You got to prepare the place. You got to prepare all things. That's preparation. So all preparation has to be made before commencing of anything. Yes. The preparation has to be made. So you're going to start a business, you got to prepare. You have to first prepare your mind to either be successful or unsuccessful. Right? If the world did not prepare for its growth, then it could not grow from horse and buggy to aircraft. Right? Yes? Come on. To aircraft, to drones. The preparation for knowledge were a package of creation. So the creator of the universe would have had preparation for the coming generation. Teachers, you hold a very, very important part. Your responsibility is high. And I do believe you ought to be respected if you take up that job. Even Jesus Christ, when he walks earth, he complained that you are too hard to teach. In Matthew chapter 19, he did say that according to the translators, he did say Moses has to amend creation's law because of what? You are too hard to teach. Right? So teaching a child is not an easy thing. You have to prepare to withstand the noise, the attitude of a child, right? 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 You have to prepare. You don't go and take up a teaching profession because you want the money. Right? You don't go and take up a police job because of the certainty, come on, because of the certainty of the salary. If you're going to be a police, you must prepare yourself, right? That you have a gun and your opponents have a gun. Right? Right? And each want to be a winner. Yes? So you must prepare. You look at the job. Look what it entails before you run. Take that job. Look at what it requires for you to be a police officer. Look at what you require to be a teacher. Look at what it required to be a preacher. Look at what it required to be a true talker. Right? A righteous server. Look at the required and the repercussion, the good and the bad. No, you got to make a choice whether you're going to willingly stand up and said, I'm not going to back down, as Daniel did. Yeah? As Daniel did, as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did, as David did. They stood up. They stood up. They stood up to the loyalty. They shows loyalty of the Creator. They showed loyalty not to amended laws by man, but to the original laws of whom created the universe. They stood up because the Persians has their own law that came after creation. Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they decided that that's the law they are going by, the original. That's why my mother and my parents didn't make any mistake when they named me Reginald. The original. May their soul rest in peace. Probably they don't even know that I would be standing before you this morning. And whatsoever is coming out of my mouth is the original thing. they would know that I will be here teaching originality and 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 imploring upon you to, in all your doings, don't forget the original. Right? Wow. The original is the official thing. Right? Right? Woo. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, along with Daniel and many others, David, Job, right, in the book. Even though Job's wife said, curse God and die, he remembered what or who make it possible for even him to be facing all of these trials and tribulation. Right? He put it into context and said, life is the greatest. And with all the worries, with all the curse, with all the trials, from me can see it and acknowledge it, me good. From I can see it and acknowledge it, I am good. I am bad when I can't see it. And I can do nothing of it because I have no life. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's simple. What am I saying here? Simple. Respect life. Respect life. Regardless of all you're going through, but respect life. That's why Job turned to his wife and said, you speak like a mad woman. When he said, with all those sores on your body, the crony looks you have. You lost all of your children in one day. Why don't you curse God and die like your children too? And he looked at his wife, the one that he curdled with, right? And said, you speak like a mad woman. And indeed she were, speaking like she were mad. A dead man cannot continue life. A dead man cannot get children. A dead man cannot own a farm. Right? Dead mean you're dead. Then why should he curse his maker? Right? Die. Elijah prayed to die. Come on, don't forget that. Oh, Aruna didn't go to Bible school. Or one of them who thinks no good things there in the Bible. So no read Bible. Well, probably that's what causes the low morals. Elijah also, it wasn't Elijah's wife that says, well, you're not dead. It was Elijah himself. And many probably watching may not remember the story and why Elijah asked to die. When he saw the trials, the troubles, Job asks the question, why I was born to see all these things? Why then I was born to see all these things? Right? Yes. So Elijah was saying, why I have to go through all of this doing the things that is right, honoring my creator, being a mouthpiece, right? When you are a prophet, you are the mouthpiece of God. Yes. When you becomes a prophet, you are the mouthpiece of God. You are just merely a vessel. When you think of me once, what me I say, you know, when me left school, me couldn't read and write. So often I tell you, if life was a thing that money could buy, the rich would have and the poor would die. Right? So if there wasn't another way to garner wisdom apart from going to school, right? From going to school, a lot of us wouldn't have none. No education. Right? Lots of us could not have no education. And look now, Almighty God, Holy Spirit, help me this morning. A lot of us, if you could not learn, acquire the original education without going to a man-made learning institution, a lot of us wouldn't have any. Because the first thing they do, they put a price on it. When I saw the amount of money people have to fork out at every academic year, right? For education, the books, the school fees, right? Right? How many children cannot go to school next week, Monday, if there will be a school, right? Next week, Monday, right? How many children cannot go to school, right? Because simply they cannot have money. It is must their parents got to have that. But Marley tell you, they make their work so hard every day. You got to keep on fighting, right? Every day you got to keep on fighting. What about those that cannot afford the books? What about those that cannot pay the school fee? What about those that cannot find the lunch money? What about those that cannot find the transportation? Right? What about those that cannot buy the necessaries? So, what will happen to them? It's a good thing that there is another way for learning. And I say that to say this, it is a good thing there is another way to life. Right? There is another way to life. Come on, my people on YouTube this morning. Welcome to the lesson. We call it the lesson and the blessing this morning. Sunday morning blessings. Right? We said hi to our people on Facebook. We're happy to have you. And our beloved friends on TikTok. Thanks for the support you're giving me at the moment. Yeah, for speaking truth. For once, I'm happy to know that at least we have one or two people acknowledging truth and supporting truth. Right? And that is what we want. Probably we're not going to get all to do, but more people supporting truth When they saw it, when they acknowledge it, you support it and you endorse its truth. Right? Right? Don't watch the messenger. Listen to the message. So not because you may know me as the dancer boy, the one who I love pussy and all of that. Listen to the message. The message is real. The message is real because don't make your me raga style fool you. It's not what is on my outside. Try to find out what is on my inside, and I'm merely giving you a peep of the power that lies within me. Because all these years, I concealed it, didn't want you to know what I have inside. But time come. Yes, the time has come when the revelation ought to be made. Then you're going to know who is this man that you maul in the ground. Who is this man that you reject from ear to ear? Who is this man? And a lot of you now hanging your head in shame when you saw the power of the man that you rejected, right? The power of the man that you would not promoted. The power of the man that you speak so much bad things about, right? The power of the man of whom you are rejecting. Then you're going to look at this and say, but me never have no sense. My mother always said, cow never know the use of him tail until you chop it off. What is the use of the cow tail? Right? If the cow don't have any tail to brush away the flies, right? That cow gonna be uncomfortable, right? And have to find other ways and means of negating the flies them from around. So it's after his tail had cut off, he realized what his tail was for, to brush the flies away. That time, it's too late. It is too late. Right? Elijah prayed to die. Why did Elijah pray to die? Because he speaks the truth. And the king Ahab and his wicked wife Jezebel did not like truth. And because they have the angle, when truth stood out in front of Ahab and Jezebel, the only thing that could come to their mind is death. Kill the boy Elijah. They did not certain which of the prophets were doing it. So they asked Obadiah to go and search for all the prophets and unalive them. Come on, Almighty God. But Obadiah was so smart that he had hid some of them. And in that amount, Elijah were one of those that were saved. Because Ahab chooses the wrong thing. Ahab becomes self-centered. Ahab and his wife Jezebel wants it all. So they are a spitting image of the greedy getting the opportunity to oppress the needy. And you would have seen it in Naboth's vineyard. Because Naboth's vineyard were looking so nice. Naboth wasn't a king. He wasn't of high standard. But his garden stood out. His garden stood out. That everyone has to notice it. And Ahab believed that was too good for the small man. So guess what? Oh, glory be to God. Me I go ask him to sell me the land. Sell me the garden. Isn't what you saw. So come on, Tychicus, behave yourself. Eh? Why you think the beaches have been bought out? Come on, in Jamaica. Why you think the most important place now has been bulldozed down strategically? Come on. Right? The Naboth said, no, I ain't gonna sell my garden. And this, oh, come on, man. And this infuriated Ahab so much when he thought he was the king, just as David, when David saw Bathsheba bathing, he said, me are the king, you know. Hey boy, go get that girl for me. I mean him king. Me are the boss, and indiscretion chips in. Right? Yes. Yes. So Ahab did not even remember that he was king and that he could have used his power to manipulate. Is when he goes home and he was so dejected. His wife Jezebel saw him and said, how you look so, Papa? Eh? How you look so? I'm a guesser. He said, I saw a lovely garden down there. And when I asked the man to sell me, he tell me, say, nah, sell it. The wife get up, Jezebel get up same time. So you not act like a king. You don't know who you are. Eh? Eh? A little ordinary man can tell the king, say, him not sell him. Come on. Oh, glory be to God. You don't report me live. You don't report it. Almighty God, the truth me at all. Right? So, the next line of authority was manipulation. Was manipulation. To manipulate. Now Jezebel leads the way. Jezebel said, pass me your stamp. Pass me that stamp. And Jezebel write up all the false report, the false document. And Ahab didn't even stamp it. The wife used the seal of authority to stamp it and say that it is the king says it. So you see, with bad mind, with greed and authority lies, right? Within the top brass, right? That's what it is showing us, right? Within the top brass of society, right? So you behave like you are king, right? You can fix the law whenever, however, to whoever. You are the number one. You are behaving like you have no power. You have power to do good and you have power to do bad. So why not shift over into the devil's camp and get some of his bad attitude within you, and to stamp your authority of badness, which is manipulation. And all manipulation is corruption. Oh, Usain Bolt. And many others had gone through manipulation. The very app I am on, I've been manipulated because of the power of the truth I'm teaching and speaking this morning. The very app that I am on, my app, my franchise has been manipulated so that many people don't join this live. The power of authority. I know you're not seeing it. 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 But certainly I have. Certainly I have seen manipulation. And how do I see it? First, to see manipulation, first, to acknowledge it, you got to know right from wrong. And that's why education is confusion. Some brand of education, man's brand of education, it spells confusion. Yes, confusion. So when you're confused, you will call the right wrong and the wrong right. And exactly what they want you to do. That's why when you buy a deck of cards, the joker is the best one in the pack. And you take out the joker and you destroy it. The most powerful one. You keep the devil. You keep the devil and you accept Satan. Give me Barabbas. What we must do with the man, the Messiah, crucified him. Yeah. So that's what we are seeing here today. The crucifixion of truth. The manipulation of truth. The muzzling of truth. Right? Artificial. which is untrue. Artificial, which is not true. Artificial things can never be true. Nothing that is artificial, including artificial intelligence, AI. So you see where the troubles lies. Confusions in education. Where the confusion comes in, Tychicus. Well, no ask those questions. Well, no ask me those questions. What me I go tell you? How confusion comes in. Because artificial intelligence has been so colorful. And while you color up, come on, walk with me. While you colored up artificial things, the official things lost its interest, it seems, because more people are going for the brighter colors. Oh my God. When I saw this, I saw John Holt turn in his grave. Yes, John Holt turned in his grave and he said, remember when we give them this song, don't watch those pretty dress that they wear on those fancy makeup all over their face, those ruby diamonds that cover their necks, and those fancy handbags to match their dress. Mighty God. What was the next line? They will rob and cheat you. They will make you want to cry. They will rob you. That colorful looks, that colorful scenery, it's deception. That is deception. And the Tamilians said, pretty looks isn't all. Nah, listen. When you just go dance back with you. When you not listen song. When you just want to pop Molly, drink rum, and when you not listen the song, and see some people that dance to their own heartbeat. That pretty looks isn't all. Now, if life was a thing money could buy, the rich would have and the poor would die. Yes. If life was a thing that money could buy, also, if there was another way to gain knowledge apart from human teaching it, no for we wouldn't have known. Lots of us, me tell someone could read and write. Right? So where do I get my knowledge? To teaching the teachers and the professors right now, the lawyers and the doctors. and they cannot find me enrolled in any of their colleges, Harvard University, Cambridge, right, Oxford, right? Well, my ancestors, you'd find them at Timbuktu. The bloodline of those bright scholars, right? Right? Yes, that's why I deal with originality, because I am from the aboriginal. Yes, yes. So if life was a thing that money could buy, the rich would have. Same thing happens to education if there wasn't another way, right? If there wasn't another way, right? Out, I couldn't acquire this level of sensitivity that is now displayed here on the 23rd day of August 2026. Many denying what they have heard and seen this morning. Many are shocked, right? Many that saying Bellevue, 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 right? Now you're saying it's a man I knew, I knew, I knew. Right now, it is happening right around the world. How many people going to tell you now how I know that man? As long time I knew that man. But the same one that is saying it were saying Bellevue, Bellevue, Bellevue. Death, death, death. There is another way out of when the wicked say dead. The righteous God says, live because you have done the people no harm. All that you have done is to speak what I tell you to speak, because I make you the mouthpiece. I make you a vessel to just stand before them and deliver the message, what I want to tell them, as I have done to Jeremiah, as I have done to Isaiah, as I have done to Samuel. Yes. I chooses you. And from I chooses you, no devil in hell cannot refuse you. From I bless you, as he has said to Balaam. Hey, you cannot curse the children of Israel because I have already blessed them. Hate me as much as you want. But God loves me. Check me as much as you want, but God protects me. You're wasting your time, can't you see it? You don't see that you're wasting your time. That's why manipulation, the power of this message, the power of this message makes the authority say this is too powerful to make the people that I don't want to hear the truth hearing it. Just like Jezebel. When Ahab did not get his way with Naboth, his wife took over and manipulate, right? Because they have power. Now the power of these up, the franchise that they got through life, they negate and forget that they did have to have life on earth to be on the world scene, and that they have a source to answer to, which is the Creator's source. And remember, the Creator has their law. And they have the official brand of righteousness. So anyone that has been mistreated, the Creator have seen it. Anyone that has been manipulated, the Creator have seen it. Not like the algorithm that they want to use to take the place of the Creator. Sorry, TikTok, not gonna work. Sorry, artificial intelligence, it not going to work around here. The real McCoy going to show you the real power. Me not tell you say today, or tomorrow, or it should happen yesterday. Right? But one thing I'm sure of, that one day, you will see the words that I speak here this morning. That for all of whom you are manipulated, whatever methodology you use, you're going to have to pay. I may not be here, but my sons, daughters, and my grandchildren. And remember what we put on the internet? It's a footprint. Cannot be erased. And it is on your internet. Your manipulation and the words I speak against it is on your internet. And it cannot be erased. It is there. That when the revelation comes, yes, Dad. When the revelation comes, someone gonna say, Tychicus did say this on the 23rd of June, 2026. It could be 1,000,000 years after. If you continue to manipulate truth for your gain, right? You will have to pay someday. Yeah, sure, I can pray. Right? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So if you believe that God's prophet words gonna go in vain, I'll tell you about the manipulation of owning strategic position with Ahab and Jezebel. You saw it in the beach here. Greed for those that in authority. The bulldozering of what the place name in the Trelawney, right? And they're distancing themselves from the reality of it because there are so much clause in it. But there is a God that opening up all of the bandulo, argy-bargy, and bringing them out because the people are innocent. God too right cannot made a wrong. Right? The people, they were wrong to go on the premises, right? But they were also misguided and misleaded, right? And although the court gave them the right to leave, said they must leave, we are now checking and to see if the court order did have corruption in it, which I sure it do. Remember a certain case that a man get life sentence and corruption were in the life sentence. And because of the corruption, the man is free today and one of the richest man in the world. Come on. Right? Two wrongs doesn't make a right. So watch what you're doing. The Almighty is watching, and Lord, and the Almighty, is the Almighty you are disregarding. It's not the people. It's the Almighty you are messing with. Right? Each innocent people suffer down by that place in Trelawney there. I water. Remember, tears is the language God understands most. Yes? 3 days old baby. You did not put it into consideration. So your greed leads. Your greed leads. Right? Not even the babe, the suckling and the breast were considered because of your immense power that you have. Right? Just as Jezebel used the stamp, the seal, to manipulate. We have seen where that seal, yes, we have seen where that seal has been utilized in 2026, in modern days. The revelation has been made, right? My mother always said to me, a rabbit cannot weigh more than its quarter. My mother always said to me, son, it's not the same day leaf drop into the water, it rot. My mother always said to me, son, be careful, because if the front wheel not catch you, the back wheel will. Right? So I'm mindful of the back wheel. Yes? When I watches the front wheel carefully and get out of the way even when the front wheel pass me, because the back can swing and damage me as well. Right? So stay out of the line of unrighteousness. That's what that is teaching. Stay out of the line of unrighteousness. Make sure you are in line with nature's law and not man's law. Because man's law can be or is manipulated. Stay with official intelligence, because artificial intelligence can be manipulated. And you're seeing it. Don't you see it? Don't you see the president of the United States dancing and I know him a dance? Come on. Don't you see the prime minister of Jamaica dancing and talking and I know him? But these same leaders pushing artificial intelligence, even though it is threatening their character. And guess what them say? If you use what you make, give them against them, you will have to pay. See there, teach the youths right. Peter Tosh sing it. Jimmy Cliff sing it. Right? Right? Teach the youths right. Right? Teach them the trueness of artificial intelligence and the official intelligence. Teach them it. Tell them to balance both. Both. Not teach them, push it on upon them like artificial intelligence is the best thing that ever happened. No, official intelligence, the one that they are trying to get out, is like Satan I try to get out God. Right? AI is like Satan trying to get out God. But remember, the wasp can build the comb, but cannot build the honey. Satan can make man, but can't blow the breath. So artificial intelligence has their hurdles. And it may appear as if they are jumping over their hurdles, but they have a stop. They are limited. They are limited. Right? They can go as far, but there are certain dimensions our AI cannot go. While the official intelligence, anywhere you want to go, I will let you go. Anywhere, anything, anyone. That the official intelligence said it's time to go. In no matter your status here on earth, in no matter how your platform is big, when the official intelligence that gives life decided that they want that life, tell them must make artificial intelligence save them. Argument done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. I am Taichikos, your revelator. Yes, and it's good to have you with me this morning on the 23rd, which represent in the numerals black man. Right? And today is the day when you got the message. And let that be a symbol of many more to come. I hope it doesn't hit you. But be prepared to get the truth from this man as he stood only as a vessel to deliver the words of truth to God's loving people. Run over to YouTube. This will be on YouTube. The live that you're watching, you can go over to YouTube on a page marked The People's Progressive Science. Go over there, subscribe to the page, make it, build it, let it grow, don't kill it. It is for the future. Children live what they learn. We endeavor to get the proper education out there to you all. So our tomorrow's children won't barred with confusion of whence they came and what they required of them. All they required, purity and sanity. We saw on our screen insanity, a young teenager disgracing herself and not realizing that it's a footprint. All they tried to erase it and bad manning down people, right? Not to speak of wrongs. You know, not say that, mother. Yes, yes. The word is intimidation. That if you speak of it, you will be charged because you're sending a reminder. Right? Unrighteousness must not cover up. Insanity must not cover up. Once you started to cover up insanity, it's deception. And deception is the devil. Argument done. I'm out.